Welcome to JSGC Bulletin. I'm Pratishtha Srivastav, here to present some school news. On 11th of August 2023-24, at the auditorium of St. M.R. Jaipuria Goel campus, with full zeal, zest and enthusiasm, the investiture ceremony is one of the momentous occasions when the school entrusts hope, faith and the mantle of responsibility to the newly appointed school council. This ceremony signifies the reliance and confidence that the school consigns in the new office bearers. The Honorable Chief Guest, Mr. Mahesh Agarwal, Chairman, Goel Group of Institutions, Director, Mr. Alok Jain, Principal, Dr. Reena Pathak, graced the occasion with their presence. The newly formed council consists of the head boy, senior wing, Ashar Rashid Siddiqui, Sana Singh Tomar of the junior wing, Pratishtha Srivastav as the head girl for senior wing and Dipali Singh as the head girl for junior wing, followed by the announcement of the sports captains, all the school's house captains and vice captains and school prefects. With the announcement of new council, there were 3 more new additions in the council. They were Sustainable Ambassador, Peer Educator and a Well-being in Charge. On 19th and 20th of August 2023, BHU organized the Youth Parliament where our students made us proud. Geetanjali participated in the Youth Parliament representing Mr. Vishweswar Tundu, Member of Parliament from BJP. Divyesh also participated in the Youth Parliament representing Mr. Tahir Khan of the Samajwadi Party. Thank you. Our school participated in an enlightening event hosted by Study Hall School on 11th and 12th of August. The Democratic Citizenship Festival, which aimed at spreading awareness among the students about importance of democracy. On day 1, the event of Lokmanch and Talkathon took place. Students of our school presented a skit showcasing how the women of backward community got reservations in panchayats. On day 2, Paridhi, the maths event took place, where students actively used the concepts of mathematics to present the idea of political science. Then, students also used poetry as a means to signify the problems of the society. Thank you.
मैं दिशा यादव विद्यालय समाचार के साथ प्रस्तुत हूँ। स्वतंत्रता दिवस के पावन अवसर पर 15 अगस्त 2023 को हिंदुस्तान की 77वीं स्वतंत्रता सेठ एम.आर. जयपुरिया स्कूल गोयल कैंपस में एक यादगार उत्सव के साथ मनाया। उत्सव की शुरुआत माननीय प्रधानाचार्य श्रीमती रीना पाठक द्वारा झंडारोहण से शुरू हुई, जिनके साथ पिछले साल के CBSE कक्षा 10 व कक्षा 12 के टॉपर भी प्रस्तुत थे। बच्चों के नाच व गानों ने सभी के दिलों में भारत के लिए एक नई उमंग भरी। इस स्टडी हॉल में आयोजित डेमोक्रेटिक सिटीजनशिप महोत्सव के सभी प्रतिभागियों को सर्टिफिकेट ऑफ अप्रिसिएशन से सम्मानित किया गया। यह समारोह 11 एवं 12 अगस्त को बच्चों में प्रजातंत्र के महत्व को अलौकिक करने के लिए रखा गया, जिनमें कई प्रकार के इवेंट्स हुए जैसे कि लोकमंच व टॉकेथॉन, जिस नाटक में बच्चों ने दिखाया कि किस प्रकार महिलाओं को पंचायत में आरक्षण मिला। वहीं परिधि इवेंट में बच्चों ने गणित के आधार पर प्रजातंत्र समझाया। बच्चों ने समाज की समस्याओं को कविता व कला के रूप में भी दिखाया। 11 अगस्त 2023 को सेठ एम.आर. जयपुरिया स्कूल गोयल कैंपस में शानदार इन्वेस्टिचर सेरेमनी का आयोजन हुआ। यह एक यादगार समारोह है जिसमें नए चुने हुए युवा नेता एक जोश के साथ अपने कर्तव्य व जिम्मेदारियों से मिलते हैं। माननीय मुख्य अतिथि श्री महेश अग्रवाल, ग्रुप ऑफ इंस्टीट्यूशन गोयल कैंपस के चेयरमैन, डायरेक्टर श्री आलोक जैन, प्रधानाचार्य श्रीमती डॉक्टर रीना पाठक ने अपनी प्रस्तुति दी। नए सत्र 2023 से 2024 के नए काउंसिल सदस्यों के चुनाव के लिए छात्रों से मतदान कराया गया, जिसमें सीनियर विंग से अशर राशिद व जूनियर विंग से सनफ सिंह हेड बॉय के लिए चुने गए। वहीं प्रतिष्ठा श्रीवास्तव सीनियर विंग से व दीपाली सिंह जूनियर विंग से चुनी गई। ऐसे ही स्पोर्ट्स कैप्टन व समस्त हाउस कैप्टन, वाइस कैप्टन और स्कूल प्रीफेक्ट्स को सम्मानित किया गया। इन्हीं में नए 3 काउंसिल जोड़े गए: सस्टेनेबल एम्बेसडर, पीयर एजुकेटर व वेलबींग इंचार्ज। 19 एवं 20 अगस्त 2023 को PHU द्वारा आयोजित यूथ पार्लियामेंट में बच्चों ने अपने विचारों को प्रस्तुत किया, जिन पर समस्त विद्यालय को गर्व। गीतांजलि ने श्री विश्वेश्वर तुंडू, भारतीय जनता पार्टी के पार्लियामेंट सदस्य को व दिवेश ने समाजवादी पार्टी के श्री ताहिर खान को प्रतिनिधित्व।
Good morning everyone, this is Shreya of class 9 and I am here to tell you top 8 news headlines of August. So let's begin. First, India and China agree to resolve border issues quickly after a 2-day meeting. Second, Uttarakhand and Himachal Pradesh face heavy rainfall. Red alert was issued and Char Dham Yatra was suspended. Third, Dharmendra Pradhan launches DBT and NAPS to strengthen apprenticeship ecosystem. Fourth, Pradhan Mantri Bharat with Janaushadhi clinics to be established across the country. Fifth, Yamuna water levels again crossed the 1.5 meter with many areas on high alert. Sixth, as G20 news, PM Modi called for collective efforts to fight corruption. Seventh, Vikram Doraiswamy, India's High Commissioner, shared the deadline for the India-UK FTA first interview. Eighth, India celebrated its defense independence day on August 15. The Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi urged the nation from the West Coast to be issues like corruption, money, dynasty politics, terrorism and development and handling of COVID-19. Thank you.
उत्तराखंड चीन की 2 दिन की बैठक के बाद सीमा से जुड़े मुद्दों से होने सहमत हुए। उत्तराखंड और हिमाचल प्रदेश में भारी बारिश के कारण रेड अलर्ट जारी कर दिया गया और 4 धाम यात्रा निलंबित कर दी गई। धर्मेंद्र प्रधान ने प्रतिशोधता परिस्थितिकी तंत्र को मजबूत करने के लिए NAPS में वीडियो लॉन्च किया। देश भर में प्रधानमंत्री जन औषधि केंद्र स्थापित किए जाने का निर्णय लिया गया। 15 अगस्त को श्री नरेंद्र मोदी ने न्याय के लिए विदेश को संबोधित करते हुए उनके विकास, भ्रष्टाचार, पेशेवरानगी और आतंकवाद जैसे मुद्दों पर बात की। दिल्ली में यमुना का जलस्तर फिर चेतावनी के निशान को पार कर गया। भारत के उच्चायुक्त विक्रम वेलास्वामी ने कहा कि भारत के लिए यूके और चीन की प्रमुख G20 बैठक में पीएम मोदी ने भ्रष्टाचार से लड़ने के लिए एकजुट होने का आह्वान किया।
Greetings for the day. This is Ashish Singh from GSDC Global Bulletin, present here to present you with this month's international news. The deterioration of Eela's Red Sea coral reef. The survey says that the coral reefs in the Gulf of Eilat and Aqaba are facing a concerning decline, which was revealed by the 2022 report of the Israel National Monitoring Program. The report attributes this deterioration to a combination of factors including rising temperatures in the Red Sea, underwater pollution, extreme storms, and disease outbreaks. The Israeli Environmental Protection Ministry emphasizes the need for immediate action to mitigate the impact of these threats on the marine ecosystem, and we definitely do not want to lose the beautiful coral reefs. Moving on to the water crisis in Afghanistan. We have the International Organization for Migration, which has reported that a staggering 79% of Afghans lack sufficient access to clean water for essential needs, exacerbating by the worst drought of in 30 years, economic instability, and decades of conflict. The dire situation has led to half of the population facing acute hunger, with 6 million people on the brink of famine. The International Organization for Migration has requested $23 million in funding to offer water, sanitation, and hygiene to support 2.3 million Afghan citizens throughout the year 2023. Despite the extensive challenges, only 23% of the required $3.23 billion in funding for humanitarian assistance has been received. For the endangering vulnerable Afghans, it's very tough to go without water, as this could lead to many problems. We got to stay prepared for that. Here we go with the next one. Australia has become a testing ground for US missiles. Australia's involvement in the AUKUS, Australia, United Kingdom, United States, pact has gained attention due to its potential role as a testing ground for advanced hypersonic and long-range precision weapons. The agreements initially focused on supplying Australia with nuclear-powered submarines and evolved to address the growing influence of China in the Asia-Pacific region. US Secretary of the Army Christine Wormuth highlighted Australia's unique contribution and the collaborative nature of the pact. This is not safe because the missiles are not perfect and can sometimes malfunction or change route due to natural causes and faults. This can cause it to fall into citizens and can also go really very wrong. Our next candidate is a weird one in Iraq who has banned the use of the word homosexuality. The media regulatory body of Iraq has issued a prohibition on the use of the term homosexuality, instructing both media and social media entities to employ the term sexual deviance in its place. According to the governing body, the word homosexuality has been banned due to its repeated use causing discrimination. Basically, this was an effort to promote equality. This is not something that can be argued, but added as it is great to practice.